She called while I was sitting in the mechanic's waiting room, hands stained with grease, the hum of hydraulic lifts groaning in the background. Her voice didn't carry sorrow, didn't tremble with longing or regret. It was flat, distant. The kind of voice you use when you misplace something mildly important, a charger, a house key. She said she wanted to talk, said she was back in town. Asked if I had cooled off, like my heartbreak had an expiration date she could check in on. For weeks. That's how long it had been since I last heard from her. Not a word, not even a breadcrumb of presence. Then that call. I remember how I stared at the windshield, the sun catching the smudges of dust and fingerprints, thinking about how simple she made it sound, like I had just been paused, like I was still right where she left me. The truth? I didn't call off the wedding the moment I found out. No, I waited. I waited even after the photos surfaced. Her with him, laughing, her head tilted in that unguarded way she once did with me. They were in places we used to dream of going. It wasn't just a betrayal. It was the ease of it. She looked free, unburdened, as though none of what we built had ever anchored her. Meanwhile, I was here, signing vendor checks, confirming final head counts, making sure her parents got their special custom invitations like they wanted. She was barefoot in the surf with a man she once swore was a mistake. She didn't even tell me she was going away. 10 days she vanished, said it was a girls' trip. And God help me, I believed her because I wanted to. I needed to. But when a mutual friend forwarded the pictures, I didn't even react. No rage, no screaming. I just stared at my phone and I knew I had already lost her long before the beach, long before the suitcase left the closet. Months ago, maybe more, I used to pick up weekend shifts to save for that wedding. She'd always said she wanted something small but beautiful. I pushed for more, told her she deserved something that would be remembered. She'd laugh and say I was too generous, but I could see it, the flicker in her eyes, that quiet part of her that wanted to be admired, envied, just once. I wanted to give her that. So I skipped drinks with friends, took jobs I hated, pinched every spare dime, so she could glide through those months without stress. She used to call me her rock. I didn't realize she meant it like a landing pad, a steady place to rest while she figured out who she really wanted. Now that I look back, the signs were always there, the long silences, the way her phone became an extension of her hand, the shift in her responses, thin, distracted, just enough not to raise suspicion. I'd ask about her day and she'd murmur fine, eyes locked on a screen that didn't include me. She stopped making plans, said she was tired, said she had too much on her mind. But she never left, not completely, just enough to keep me from asking too much. And I didn't ask. I thought patience was love. I thought if I waited long enough, she'd come back to me. What I didn't know then was that patience without honesty just makes you a fool in a nicer suit. 2 months before the wedding, I walked into the room and caught her scrolling through old photos of him, her and her ex. She didn't notice me. She was smiling, barely, but it was there, the soft expression of someone reliving a scene from their favorite film. That night she went to bed early. I sat on the couch, stared at the floor until dawn cracked through the blinds. I knew then she was already gone. She'd just left her things behind. And still I waited. The morning she flew out for that girls' trip, I didn't stop her. I saw her suitcase, the one I bought her, marked with his old luggage tag. His initials still there, in frayed black ink. She kissed me goodbye, told me she loved me. I said it back, not because I believed it, but because I needed to hear myself say it one last time. When the photos came, I didn't throw anything. I didn't scream. I just picked up the phone and started canceling the future we planned. The venue, the band, the caterers. I took the financial hit and kept my dignity. I made one final call to her parents, polite, formal, distant, told them to notify their side. I didn't owe them explanations for her choices. I wasn't about to humiliate her, but I also wasn't going to lie. And then I vanished, quietly. I didn't block her right away. I waited a day, maybe 2, to see if she'd call. She didn't. Not then. When I finally did block her number, it felt like sealing a chapter. She emailed after that. Long ones, short ones, I don't know. I never read them. I didn't need to. I could already hear the excuses echoing in my head. She'd say it was a mistake, that it wasn't what it looked like, that she'd been confused, searching for clarity. But you don't accidentally end up in someone else's arms on a beach you once promised to walk with me. 4 weeks of silence. Then she called from a new number. I answered, not because I missed her. I just wanted to hear how her voice would sound. If there'd be a crack in it. There wasn't. At least, not at first. She asked to see me. I told her no. She started talking. About needing to explain, about how complicated everything had been, how she'd made a mistake. It all sounded rehearsed. Hollow. I didn't interrupt her. I just let the silence after each sentence stretch wide and uncomfortable. Let her sit in it. Then she said she missed me. And that's when I laughed. Just once. She asked why that was funny. I told her, missing someone is easy when you've already burned down everything they built for you. She started crying. I didn't say a word. I just hung up. That was the last time we spoke. No more emails. No more calls. Just quiet. Some betrayals don't earn closure. Some wounds shouldn't be wrapped in forgiveness. She made her choice the moment she stepped barefoot onto that beach beside the man she once called a regret. I made mine when I let her voice fade into static and didn't look back. I still have the ring. Not because I'm clinging to something, but because it reminds me of who I'll never be again. The quiet one, the patient one, the man waiting at the altar for a woman already halfway out the door.